Tuesday, September 12th, 6 p.m., heading home from work. I had some papers I wanted to finish grading before my first period class tomorrow, so I was busy doing that, and I teach a journalism class as well, and the students wanted help editing their articles for our online newspaper. So lots to do at work, and looks like there's been lots happening around here. This is awesome. They have a wall up here for the Arctic entry. That's the solid wall. It's on this side. No windows or anything in there because we have this design so that like this area in here would be like where we're going to put a bench and, you know, like coat racks and place for like, you know, mittens, gloves, scarves, all that winter wear, you know, boots under here, and like a little closet or whatever. So this whole area is just, you know, kind of your typical mud room type area. Sit down and take off your outerwear. And then over here we have the other wall, which is going to include this large window for the atrium area. So like this part is where we want to be able to put, you know, starter plants and stuff, and keep some plants in the house until we get the greenhouse built. And then along here there's going to be a window, the window and door there. So the contractor contacted me this morning and said that he couldn't find any more OSB for the roof. I said, oh no! So he's picking some up in Anchorage, and they'll be able to finish that tomorrow. So this is awesome because they have the roof on. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Oh, raining again. Oh, cool. So they just have to a little bit more. It looks like they need to finish across the top there. Oh yeah, a roof covered. Well, covered up to a point. We get some of that metal roofing on here, and that will make me very happy. But to see this point, wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm gonna duck under cover in the carport. This will be awesome because I can just drive my car in here and get out, and it'll keep the snow off of it in the winter. That is the whole objective, and we'll be able to park the Argo under here. Hopefully Scott's putting a moose in there very soon, wherever he is. No word yet on that. And then this part, this last 16 feet in here is going to be all enclosed for storage. So I gotta work on that one too. I was interested to see how they did this last part here with using that beam, and they tied that in, and then, oops, a little bit dark there. And then extended that one. Let's see. Okay. Cool. That's how they did that. And then they get the rim board on. We were trying to figure out how to get this last piece out here to connect from there over to here. And so I said, you know what, you guys, I trust you, whatever you're gonna do. And that worked out great. A bit dark out here over on this side. But those outlooks, I think that overhang is fine. We were so concerned about, oh, should we try to move those out farther? And no, I just think that's going to be perfect. I'm very pleased with that. Step inside, and it's all dry. Oh yay. This is amazing. Just amazing. Very excited to be to this point. Great. Okay, so it looks like what they're planning to do is to get this Arctic entry finished up tomorrow and get the roof on that part before they come back inside. So he said they're going to go ahead and get this this wall built in here first for the electrical and get the rest of them framed out. Get all the interior framing done before starting on their last major project, which is going to be the loft area up here. So, great. I just have to say that I'm thankful I don't have to pick up that broom or that squeegee and get any water off of this floor. Like, this is still trying to dry out from before they put before they covered the roof. It's still trying to dry out. But I mean, this was just, I mean, every day just trying to get the water, you know, out of the building. So this is awesome. This will be able to dry out in here, and no more having to get that water out. Now we'll get some windows and doors and close her in. Thursday evening, heading home from work. I'm not even going to say anything about the rain. I am shamelessly sitting in the truck. Not getting out yet. This is amazing. They have completed the Arctic entry. We've got the roof on and everything. Wow. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to get out and go check it out from the inside. Here is the entryway, and there will actually be a window right here that will go down. Well, it's going to be 80. It's 24 by 80, and should, you know, line up here with the top. So it just looks like they haven't cut that part out yet. So we're trying to maximize the light. There's this huge window here because this part is all where I want to have like an atrium, kind of where we could start plants and have as much light come in here. And so basically, I mean, this is facing east, so the only light we're really getting is what's coming up over there and then coming around, you know. So okay, so here's the window opening on the inside, so they just haven't cut it out yet. So there'll be a window in there. And yeah, so I mean, the light that we're getting is just, you know, it's coming around here, and the sun goes down, it goes behind the mountains over there, and then boom, it's gone. So anyway, just wanted to have some light and some plants in here, some greenery, and we've got, it's a bit dark. Yeah, the roof all lined up there. Got that BCI right against the wall. Let's see what they did. So it looks like we're probably going to do some anchor bolts, or those, yeah, anchor bolts like in here, like we did on the inside. So Scott will have to get busy drilling into some more concrete to do that. And then this side, as I've mentioned before, we just wanted to have an area here where you could like walk in, you know, sit down, take your boots off, have a place for all the footwear, all your, you know, coats and hats and whatever. So that's why there's no window or anything on that side. We want to just maximize the space going up here, so, you know, we can hang whatever whatever needs to be hung there. So going back out here, let's see what we did. So what we decided, this is this little step that we had some extra concrete from the pouring of the slab. So that's where this came from. And Scott, I guess, lifted it up with the forklift or something, or dragged it over here and set it down in front was sitting on the side for a while over there in the yard. So we figured, okay, we're gonna go out about 3 feet, and then we had enough material to go out another foot. So we decided we're gonna go out 4 feet here with this overhang to create a nice, like a larger space to keep the weather off, which is nice because I'm standing under it right now and I'm not getting wet. So they did all of this. Cool. And I guess these are just no, the beam coming out there. And so these posts here or these 2x4s are just temporary, because what we're going to do is, remember, like we're going to have that rock coming up, 3 feet here. So then right above that, what we're going to do is have like a small log. It'd be similar to the larger logs that are going to be, under the carport, that are under the carport, and that will be on the deck out yonder. So we're going to have this log or a small post, coming out here, oops, and kind of at that angle to create the support for that. So they'll just leave up these here for temporary purposes until we get that all set up. And I just think that'll be a cool look here on the outside. And speaking of the outside, we do still have to wrap the building, and I asked the Foxbox representative like what he would suggest, to cover, because I think I've mentioned before, we're going to use the wood tones, rustic series, mountain cedar, like lap siding, across, and then the shingled siding like up at the top part. Nonetheless, it does have the design, and it has a gap. There's a gap between the back of it and and where it's going to be no, it's not going to touch the wall, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm tired. Too many papers graded today. So anyway, he recommended using a product called HydroGap. And looking into that, and he said a lot of folks, are using that, a lot of contractors, and think it does a great job as being a moisture barrier. He said you don't want it to get any moisture caught behind your siding and the building, and it have to have enough of a gap or whatever so that it will evaporate. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is the siding already has a gap there. So what we're trying to figure out is, do we really need more of a high-end product like the HydroGap, or will just like a regular house wrap like Tyvek work and be sufficient? So if anybody has any experience either with HydroGap or that, wrapping the house, we'd love to have some feedback on that too, because that's something we need to make a decision on pretty quickly, because we want to, as soon as we get those windows in, and we want to get the siding ordered and do all that. Oh, that looks cool. I was looking up and seeing the roof on. Wow. So it looks like we're having some, there's little leaks coming in. So yep, we're just gonna have to get some metal up there. There's Shingle Dog and like an ice and water product up there, but it's not enough to get rid of this pouring rain, so it's seeking through. And we were thinking we were going to have a little birthday party for Imogene in here. She's going to turn 5 on Saturday, and she said months ago, "Mom, I want to have my birthday party in the new house." I'm like, well, I'm laughing because my camera just shut off in the middle of what I was saying. I didn't even realize it. I'm going blah blah blah, and there's no memory card. It says memory card full. I am low budget techie person. I have this old, what is this camera? A Canon PowerShot. I think I've had it since like 07 or 08 or something like that. So it's still kicking, it's working, it's not the best. I know it's not high definition or whatever, so I'm not very tech savvy. Actually, the only reason I learned how to put something on the YouTube is because last year when I started teaching that journalism class and we had to set up the school newspaper, the students were like, hey, we want to like interview students and have you know, like a little reporter section, a video clip on our news site. And I'm like, oh, sure, guys, that sounds great. So we had to figure out how to actually get those videos on YouTube to connect on the news site. So I'm like, oh, I know how to do that. So yay, good job, Jen. But anyway, so I really want to thank everybody for the feedback about Imogene's room and the high sleeper idea. Love it. That's awesome. It's a great way to maximize the space, like what we're looking at. Like everybody was saying, oh, well, yeah, these high, you know, high ceiling here. And so I guess what I want to know a little bit more about is like kind of where it can be positioned because of where this window is. And I mean, I kind of moved the window over here to get away from, you know, that part because I thought, okay, the closet's going to be there. But we're trying to figure out now where we could actually construct this, you know, high sleeper or like a loft type platform here. You see how much space is above the window and, you know, how high we should go. So anybody who gave those suggestions or anybody else wants to maybe give some ideas on like the actual height and, you know, should it be, I guess it would have to be over here and to maximize, you know, that area. So yeah, that's awesome. And another thing I would really love to get some feedback on is about the floors, because this is another decision we have to make pretty soon. We want to stain all of this concrete, and last year, I guess I'll explain. Last year we were talking to a contractor who's built in Alaska for like, you know, 20 some years or whatever, and he recommended, he's like, hey, I've started just staining concrete floors and people love it. And we were like, oh, okay. And he recommended a product called Radon, R-A-D-O-N, Lastiseal. And so we've looked into that a bit, but there are so many other products out there, and we really like the look of it. It's something simple. It seems like it'd be easy to upkeep, and then we don't have to worry about, you know, putting down tile or, you know, laminate flooring and such. We're definitely not doing carpeting. So what I'm looking for is some feedback if anybody has any experience working with that Radon Lastiseal, or maybe another product that you can recommend that you actually used, or maybe that you have in your house that actually works, because there's lots of conflicting stuff, you know, on as we're researching things and trying to make the right decision. We don't want to, you know, use a product and then find out, oh, it's just going to, you know, wear off the floor, or it's not sealed well, and that type of thing. So, I mean, besides trying to choose colors on things and stuff like that, we really want a product that is going to work well, that's quality, that's going to last. So any recommendations on that would definitely be appreciated for sure. Yeah, so looks like they've got some stuff set up in here to get going on the interior, to finish the interior framing. And so they need to do these walls, you know, on the bedroom and such over here in the bathroom, and they want to finish all of that before starting on this part of the project, you know, to frame in the kitchen over here and then start going with this loft. So that's what they said they're going to be working on. We'll see where they get tomorrow on Friday, the end of the week. And unfortunately, no moose for Scott. He's on his way home right now, and he and his friend tried 3 different locations and came up short within the past week. So it's a bit disappointing. And maybe I can get him to chat about that on video once he returns. So anyway, here we go. More rain. Sunday afternoon, and we are up on the roof. Nice view. It's actually not raining. And we're just trying to check the measurement. So we had our tape, and oh, Scott's already getting down. Now we were measuring the length and the width across here. So we're looking at 44, 9 3/4 across, and then 46 feet and 1 inch length going down. We just really felt we needed to double check that measurement before ordering this metal roofing, as it's going to be, it's the ASC Skyline series, 26 gauge, and they're going to be 16-inch panels. So they'll run, you know, start here and then 16 inches, and then it has the hidden fastener feature, and then it'll be the next 16 inches. So they're going to be cut the whole length here of 46 feet 1 inch. So we need to get down and do the Arctic entry. Just finished measuring the roof for the Arctic entry, and it's 11 feet across and 2 inches, and then 12 feet 10 1/4 the lengthwise. So the other thing we need to figure out is we're going to put a 1x4 here, because we want that flashing to come down about 4 inches, the metal. And then, so we just need to do some calculating as well, and then we're going to use the trim board from the wood tones rustic series siding, and have a piece of fascia the same as that come down here. So we need to measure and make sure that that is accurate as well.